Welcome back, everyone, to the Adidas Halftime Report. Coming to you today from Palo Alto, California, one of the world's most enduring symbols. The Goodyear Blimp Eagle has been providing these aerial pictures. For a look inside the Goodyear Blimp and how it maneuvers, try its website at www.goodyear.com. Part of the great crowd watching this one today, the United States leading 1-0. Finally, they score early, Wendy.
Cindy Parlow gets on the board early by a great serve by Julie Falvey. She bends it away from the goal, and Matavia just cannot keep her hands on it, and Cindy Parlow is there to apply the pressure and heads it home.
That's the only goal of this one. A great overview of Stanford Stadium. Come back with us. There's still plenty more to come your way, including the second half.
99 FIFA Women's World Cup is brought to you by Chevy Cavalier. The more you know, the better it looks. By all proud supporters and fans of Women's World Cup soccer. And by Gatorade Thirst Quencher, when you need a little something extra when it counts the most. Gatorade, is it in you?
Drink plenty of liquids today and you'll stay healthy. United States leading Brazil 1-0. Low numbers today, Wendy, including on our Gatorade first half stats.
Well, it's interesting. The U.S. leads 1-0, but they've only had one shot in the last 30 minutes of the game, even though they've had 59% of the possession.
9 shots total for these two teams. And these are two teams that are averaging close to 20 each per game. What changed? Why did the USA get those shots?
Well, I think Brazil is actually doing a very, very good job of shutting down the services out of the U.S. backfield. They've got Cece's kind of moving up as a front runner, and that's putting them under a lot of pressure.
What a festive 4th of July celebration here at Stanford. Second half kickoff is underway. No changes that we can see out there for either side. Parlow leads it. Newman fires wide. That would have been an electrifying way to start a half.
Well, I'll tell you what, just like the first half, Milbert just needed to shoot that ball low to the far post. She just didn't quite connect on it. You can tell she was a little upset from her reaction.
Matavia gets ready to put it back in play. She replaced the legendary Meg as the #1 goalkeeper for Brazil. Tanya to the left, sending it long. Sobrero chases it back for Chastain. The clearance up the middle is given away by the United States. And Parlow fouled and then jumped over for Miga. Brazil on the attack to the right sideline. Nene with a couple of assists. Looks over Scurry. She tipped it over. What a great reflex save by Scurry to keep the USA on top.
JP, you know how that all started. It started on a quick restart on a U.S. foul. Brazil took off and played it very quick and caught the U.S. on their heels.
Well, and they scored a similar goal the other night against Nigeria, but that one was a floater. That one was a much better shot. Here's the fourth Brazil corner. Cece takes it. It bends to the middle. It comes back. Melanie misfired. She was open, and that time she did push up.
Time and time again, Scurry comes up big. Here's Nene's shot, and actually that deflected off a defender. And look how she's having to backtrack, and her athleticism showed through here as she tipped it over the post.
Was she coming up anticipating a cross?
I think so. It looked like it was supposed to be a cross. Even from that distance, normally that is going to be an area that you would go ahead and look to serve.
Brazil taking it back. We'd like to thank Gatorade and all of our sponsors for bringing you this match. Commercial free. Brazil will clear it out. One goal could change this game. If the USA gets it, they're in control. If Brazil gets it, it's even. And then the pressure mounts. Here's Brazil on the ball with Pretinha sending it in. And as Scurry makes that grab, let's go downstairs to Chris McKendry.
JP, we've already seen Scurry involved in 2 plays, and that's what Brazil wants to do. They want more pressure on the ball. They want to keep the Americans in their half of the field. To do that, look for their keeper to play more long balls, sending her attack downfield. Back up to you.
In the first half, we actually saw her distribute kind of closely one time into CC with 3 U.S. defenders, and I'm sure what she's talking about is she's going to try and get her distribution farther upfield.
Carla Overbeck over the ball. She's one of several players that have played in every minute of this World Cup. Overbeck drives it long. Parlow trying to head it across. And plays it back, and then the intended pass back, and they were not on the same page. The USA a bit out of sync offensive rhythm-wise?
Well, I think Mia's a bit out of sync. She needs to get more involved defensively, and then her offensive game will come. She's definitely a marked woman. She's been double-teamed on a lot of occasions, and you saw a moment ago where she just laid the ball back and spun. That's the way she's going to find herself open.
The pass was behind Milbred, and then a collision there. Milbred ran into Formiga, and even someone as small as Milbred can hurt somebody going at that speed.
Well, she's been kind of proud of the fact that she's such a great soccer player with her lack of height, and one of the things that makes her so special is she's able to run through the defenses, and in that case Formiga was on the other end of her run.
Chastain's throw near post, and Brazil will clear it out for a corner kick. The third one, that's all for the United States today. Maravilha will position her team as Mia Hamm gets ready. 110 international goals for Mia. Drives it across. Alagny clears. Chastain will let that go out. She'll be able to put it back in play with a throw-in. Carlo drives it across, and that one goes out. And it's Brazil's ball. Brazil hanging tough with the United States, doing well today, only down by 1.
Important to point out that Parlo is still playing in the midfield and Lily is up top. But they made that switch late in the first half.
Akers. And she'll lose possession. Here is Sobrero. Feeling that pressure. Sobrero coming back. Plays it all the way back to Scurry. That was dangerous, and it's picked off. Sissi looks. And this one will go out. Well, USA knows they can't afford errors like that. Not at the World Cup. In some of the friendlies, maybe, but not here.
They seem to have some second half jitters. This is typically what has happened to them early in the first half.
Sissi drives it across. Cleared out of the box. Settled. Tanya. A couple of nice fakes. And a couple more. It's showtime with Palo Alto. Right side, Nene. Got past Milbert. The drive was deflected off Parlo. Scurry will call for it. There's no one else there.
What I liked about that is when Scurry came out, both Chastain and Overbeck dropped back into the goal to be in a position to defend in case the ball got through.
Ryan Scurry will clear it. We're in the 51st minute. For the loser, that's it. We're playing for the third place match. Neither team wants to be there, although Brazil's goal was qualifying for the Olympics. They've already done that.
Well, and I think they've got to be really, really pleased with where they are here. Within such a short period of time, they have improved dramatically. And we can't forget that their best attacker, Rosalie, is back at home with knee problems. She just had surgery on it, and that was an injury that occurred against the U.S. in the U.S. Cup last fall.
Here's Brazil taking it over. From the near side, and Chastain, will she get a yellow? Well, if she did, it would have been the first one of the tournament for the United States. They may get through the whole thing without one. Brazil with Pertinha. Chastain is there, and so is Parlo. Some good coverage there by Sobrero, who clears. Hand settles against Alagny. Good positioning by Alagny to knock it away. She gets help. That was creative stuff. A little dangerous, though, in the box defensively for Brazil, but they win it. Sobrero at the halfway line. Parlo nods it down. Hamm with a touch. Milbret out wide. Sends it in. Off of the flexible right in Maravilha. Christine Lilly's deflection almost gave the USA a bigger cushion. Julie Foudy will chase it down. Fawcett. These teams will be grateful that they don't have to play again until next Saturday. They've been playing every 3 days or so.
Not only that, but they've been having a lot of cross-country travel involved to get from venue to venue.
How about Brazil? They had to play 104 minutes the other night besides.
Well, you would think going into this game that the edge would have to go to the United States because it's so mentally and physically draining to go into overtime, and that's how they won that game against Nigeria was in overtime. That is very, very tough.
Sissi and Akers have had a running battle all day. Look at Akers on the chase. Nene. Has been a very creative player for this team on the right side. Katja puts on a dribbling clinic and then plays it across the way. Tanya's up. There's the shot, just wide of Skuri. Everyone on this Brazilian team, though, can create, and at times they can all be dangerous in the attack.
Look at this defensive pressure by the Brazilians. Juliana comes up here trying to put pressure on, and Elane comes up big. But look at this back pass here, and just unlucky for the United States. Tiffany Milbert was in a position to try and pick up that loose ball, but it was good organization by Brazil.
Here's Milbert on the left. She's already matched her goal total from World Cup '95, looking maybe for more. Plays it through the head. In the box, Mia's cross is deflected. The USA scrambles, wins it back. Body to Akers. Akers shoulder to shoulder. Look at the strength, and the foul goes against Michelle Akers.
Look at this matchup here as Akers just clotheslines Formiga and takes her down. There's no question there's a size mismatch, but boy, I tell you, you could see the hunger in Akers trying to get to that ball.
Foudy going long. It's a bouncer, and Maravilla got that.
Take a look here. United States has had 58% of the possession. In the first half, however, I would say that the game seemed to kind of go back and forth. It seemed fairly even though the U.S. got on the scoreboard early.
Cretinha right through. Katja. And that's a great defensive play one-on-one by Joy Fawcett. But there's the speed of the Brazilians. And that's where they have an edge against the United States. Individual speed and team speed.
They also have an edge because they're so crafty at finding that seam and finding the player that's running on the edge of their restraining line. We've seen them do it all tournament long.
Nene's open. Shot. Save Skuri. Great right-hand save by Brianna Skuri. That's a couple of beauties she's made today. Brazil will take it back. Cretinha headed away. All the way in towards Skuri, who had maybe her best game all year against Brazil down in Orlando before the USA scored and took over the game. Last save was tremendous off Nene.
Skuri does a lot of visualization in her pregame preparation, and my guess is she's probably visualizing that game that she had. That was definitely a career game for her against Brazil down in Florida.
Skuri with a clearance. We've got a foul called on Brazil. It's so important, though, to make those saves when your offense isn't coming through. It's only a 1-0 lead. Here's the U.S. attacking from the right side. They'll play wide again. Milbert denied. Milbert still fighting hard. Brazil clears. It's still in play. And a couple of touches, and the USA loses possession. Katja. Tackled away. Lily plays it back to Fawcett. 57th minute. USA up by a goal thanks to Parlo, and that was too much on the 75-yard wide field.
She's come up big all day, and here's another look at a great save by Skuri. She's completely outstretched and she saves it, and then the U.S. defense organizes very well around it to clear it out.
That is Brianna at her best. Let's see if that picks up this team. It's picked up the crowd. Sissi almost got it through. They're not afraid to go up that middle, even when there's a lot of bodies there defensively, and they get it through.
In my opinion, Brazil's a team that thrives under pressure. They love 1, 2, and 3 players on them, and they love to try and figure out those tactical situations.
I think they have the best teachers, though. They watch television of the Brazil men's team over the years. I mean, that's who these players list as their heroes, the Brazilian men. Sissi plays it back. Formiga played it across too. Now back for Sissi. She holds. She delivers. Susanna touches back. This is great soccer. All those touches for the open shooter. And it goes wide, but we've got a whistle. And they're going to say it was deflected out, apparently, for a corner.
JP, Elane is going up, and she's on the back post here. We saw earlier on in the game in the first half, she didn't make this run into the box. She's their best header. Keep your eye on her.
Here it comes across. Couple players miss. Alanye sends it across. And it's deflected out of the box. Here's Alanye. And the giveaway, and the USA trying to relieve the pressure. And Foudy and company. Foudy and Formiga there. Foul is against Julie Foudy. Brazil is looking good at the moment, even though they trail by 1. Very organized, very poised. Tanya. That's deflected. Chastain with a clearance. This one rolls out of play. Games have gotten tougher for the USA as they expected along the way. Not much trouble with Denmark. Nigeria, they gave up the first goal and they blew them away. But North Korea was a struggle for a half. Germany was no picnic, and neither is this.
Well, from here on out, JP, I mean, the best teams are the teams that have advanced. Even though Brazil wasn't the top-ranked team in their group, we expected that they would probably come out that way. There's no surprises here, and these games are going to go right down to the wire.
All the way out it goes for the throw-in.
We give Brazil a lot of credit. They're really pressuring the U.S. defense in midfield and not allowing them to set play.
Cedinha. Not enough bend in that ball. Ryan Scurry's there. In the 60th minute. Brazil takes it over again at the halfway line. They move it off Chastain. Scurry's coming way out. And she had a good view of that. If she made a mistake there, it was over. Corner kick number 7 for Brazil. I think she got a late start, but she still got over there to put some pressure on. She's got good speed, this Scurry. Here's Sissi.
Keep your eye on Alanye in the box. She's number 3. She's their best header for Brazil.
Sissi to the far post. Scurry's got it. She holds on to each cross like it's that World Cup trophy. Don't drop it. USA again, not many touches here. Again, Brazil takes it over. If you're the United States, you don't want to be chasing Brazil this whole half. Sissi. Now to the right side, here's Nene. Katja had it knocked away by Brandy Chastain. We're going to see a substitution. Shannon McMillan is up on the USA bench. Brazil looking and getting possession. And out of play it goes, and they will bring on Shannon McMillan if the referee gives permission. I just was looking down to see if she might even be warming up with Connor on the sideline. It's McMillan time. And she'll come in for Parlow.
Parlow did a great job to get a goal early on, but McMillan will probably push up top, and they'll put Lily back into the midfield. Give some fresh legs to the front line for the U.S., and definitely a spark. We've seen her come in and have such a huge impact in this World Cup.
Nene on the restart. Akers got it in the air. Scurry gets the rest.
She's having a big, big game today.
Scurry extremely focused. She said the other night her goal was not to let another ball get through. She did not want to let anyone down on her team, just like the rest of her teammates feel about her. It was that attitude, she said, that helped them succeed against the Germans. Off a deflection. USA gets it back. Into the box. McMillan plays it wide. One was deflected out, apparently. Corner kick, USA. And remember the other night, McMillan's corner to the head of Fawcett. And it was the game-winning goal. It's the 4th corner of this day for the U.S.
JP, the thing I like about her corners so much is that they're driven balls. It's very easy for the offensive players making the runs in the box to finish them.
Played across, but this one is right at Montevilla. That one didn't have as much thumb to it. Tretinha. Sobrero's got it. Former Notre Dame All-American will play it wide. It's a good early ball. U.S. attacks with numbers. To the end line, it goes out another corner. It's quarter number 5. McMillan already helping to stretch out the Brazilian defense.
McMillan is going to send a driven ball into the box. Let's see how Brazil defends it. You've got runners like Chastain and Akers coming into the box.
She drove that one, hit it well. Here's Ham shooting it low. It's blocked. Alani clears. Overbeck in the air for Akers. Help on the way for the USA. Chastain with a knock over the shoulder. Mia Hamm brings it down, plays it across. Couple of fakes from Lily. She goes down. Play continues. 3 Brazilians over the ball. Here's CC.
It's very good defensive organization, and the player who organized them was Alanya. It's no surprise. She's the leader in the back.
Lily, quick change. McMillan. Oh, she had Ham wide. Knows that's her fault, and a quick apology with a hand up to Mia.
You can hear Tony down there yelling to McMillan to go ahead and serve that with your right foot. If she's going to get a 60-yard serve, which is about what she was looking for, she's got to go with her strong foot.
65th minute. Each of these teams 1 win away from a date in the World Cup final. Foudy. Chastain. Foudy again. Former All-American here at Stanford. Good ball, Lily. Ham will run it down. Cuts inside. Mia Hamm holds. Off a couple of deflections. She was looking for Julie Foudy. It goes out. It'll be a USA throw-in.
She's playing so unselfish, but you wonder if when she's beating that defender, maybe she should go ahead and look for that shot.
Chastain gets ready for the throw-in. Showing for the ball was Foudy. Brazil says it was out. Now the referee's assistant says it was out.
Here's a great ball into Ham, and look at her cutback. Now, when you've got a half chance and you're right on the edge of the box there, either make your decision a little early, because what she allowed the defense to do was get numbers in there. You can see the Brazilians have numbers up, and they organize very nicely.
Well, Brazil's super sub is up and warming up. That is Maicon. She has come in every game. She could be a starter on this team, too. Mia Hamm's both goals in this tournament, game winners. She's not leading this team, though, in shots coming into this game. It's Christine Lilly. Foudy drives it across. And there was no support there. Lilly was waiting for something at the edge of the box. It's Brazil's ball. Catch the best of extreme sports on X Games Day 8. Prime time tonight, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific on ESPN2. For more on the X Games, log on to ESPN.com. Part of Go Network. Go.com. Akers. This one's going to roll out. Brazil will have it on a throw-in. Knotted down to McMillan. Akers. Drives it wide and long. Mia Hamm will run it down. There's the left-footed cross. Open player, shot wide. Lilly will chase it down. Shannon McMillan had a chance to continue her heroics.
Look at this ball. Mia is facing completely the other way, and she gets around on it, sends a bender to the top of the box, and McMillan is trying desperately to get to that spot, and she just can't get her body under control and get set for her balance.
Maravilla clears. Set upfield and out of play. Last touch by Overbeck.
JP, it seems that the U.S. has started to regain their possession and are, appear to be dominating this section of the game. But one thing we haven't seen is any long-range shooting by the U.S.
And you would think by what they've seen so far in this tournament, they know they can test Maravilla there.
Well, we saw her get beat against Mexico on a long-range shot, and that's definitely an option. You've got to mix up your offense at every occasion.
Sissi will play it wide. Nene makes the run. And then the giveaway to Chastain. Here's Foudy. Back for Cedinha. Plays for the club side, Palmeiras. Many of these players play for the 3 big names in Brazilian soccer. Palmeiras, Portuguese, Sao Paulo being among them. Going wide, there's Mia Hamm. All of of a sudden, she's had some daylight on that wing. Ham, couple of cuts. And that was just too much in front of her, and it's cleared out. But all of a sudden, she is finding the space. They're getting the balls to her earlier.
They're giving her so much space out wide, and that's where she's wheeling and dealing. And the player for Brazil that is organizing so well is Formiga. She's working so hard, and that's her trademark. She's a defensive midfielder, and she's getting back to create numbers.
Nene may be getting caught going forward too much on that right side. That's where all the space is coming. On the side she's defending. Chastain on the throw-in, near post. Akers couldn't get it. Headed down. Chastain from Ham. A bending cross. It's deflected out. Akers running the farthest to catch up to this. Wide to Foudy. Tackled away. It's a great job. Good defense on that far side by Formiga. It's still going to be the USA's ball, but they're showing a lot more bite. And now Mike Cohen is going to come on for Susanna. This is a big substitution for Brazil. An offensive-minded change, and Mike Cohen has hurt the USA, especially in that game against Orlando. Didn't score, but was a thorn in their side.
Well, it's amazing if you take a player like Mike Cohen coming off the bench. She's only 5'3", but she plays like she's about 5'9". She's just so dominant. She gets the ball at her feet, and she can dance just like Katja and Patiña can. She's very fast as well.
Chastain on the throw-in, far side of the field. Akers again, heads it down, and it's cleared over. Akers is a normal target, not just to shoot, but to flick that on to someone else.
Well, she's the target now because Parlo has been subbed out, but that was a great opportunity. You just want that ball to drop right into the face of the goal, and hopefully you have numbers to get a half chance in, like Lily's usually in that position very nicely.
Sixth corner for the United States. McMillan drives it. You can hear the thump of that. Chastain! She headed it over. It was deflected out. It's another corner. But when you hear the thump of the ball like that, that's the way McMillan likes to hit it. And you know she struck it well. Seventh corner. They'll take it from the opposite side where it was deflected out. Here's Ham. Drives that one across. Two players are down. No foul on either. Akers will chase it. And apparently that ball was out. Referee's assistant with a very good view on that side. A better view than Michelle had, but I guess she knew it was out too.
Look at Chastain. She's waiting for her opportunity. This is brought to you by the Power Bar Goal Cam. She's very patient, and then she attacks the ball. And of course, it's Alanye coming up big for the Brazilian defense.
Back line, USA threatening by the corner flag. Brazil will take it over. Sissi played it up. Mike Cohen back for Alanye. Nearly picked off by Lily. Brazil looking for some space down that middle. Now they'll push it wide. Chastain. Chastain showing no signs of that right ankle sprain, which she suffered the other day. Ham got by two. She'll bend it in. Maravilla. She's got it. Ham took advantage of a defensive miscue by Brazil, and the USA almost scored. Here's Chastain for the halfway line. Gets it back from Lily. Foudy now working this near sideline. Lily trying to head it on. Alanye, very casual play. Look, too casual. Out it goes. It's going to be the USA's ball. Alanye's had a strong game today at the back for Brazil. Not just individually, but the way she's organized that defense. Chastain to Mia Ham. Taken away. There's Nene with a good defensive play, one-on-one. Anytime you beat Mia Ham one-on-one defensively, you've done your job and then some. Katja with great speed. They've got a closer. Sobrero now catching up and forced that weak ball in. After Katja does all that running, it's going to be frustrating to four of her teammates that she never even looked that way.
Well, she's got to have her head up. She needs to have her head up, much like Mia Ham does whenever she's got the ball on attack. Have your head up, look at a swivel, and try and figure out what are all your options.
Ham lost it. Here's Nene. Sissi. Great turn. Mike Cohen. Fawcett. Trying to play her wide. As wide as she can. That's deflected by Fawcett. Out for a corner kick. Corner kick number 8 for Brazil.
You can see Mia's getting pushed down into the corner here. A little sense of frustration maybe on her part.
Brazil will try another short corner. As you see, they couldn't get to the ball. Formiga is back. 74th minute, USA up by a goal. In the air, Chastain knocks it down. USA will clear. And out it goes. USA leading, but only by 1 goal. The floodgates did not open when they scored in the 5th minute. If anything, Brazil shut it down. USA on the steal. Looking to advance it. The hand goes down again. The ball rolls to Montevideo. We've got a player down as well for Brazil.
It's like maybe a cramp.
Juliana just getting up. That was the only lineup change that either side made today. Juliana, by the way, is only 17 years old. Great experience to play in the World Cup at that age.
It's amazing, and that just shows you the depth of the Brazilian team as well as the future of this Brazilian team.
You got to figure with some teams, you see a 17-year-old, maybe they don't have much depth or talent, but not in the case of Brazil. This girl's got to be real good. Here's Juliana playing it back. At the halfway line, it's met by Nene. Here's McMillan. Cleared away by Brazil. Flag just went up on Brazil. There's Sobrero in the middle. Wide open, Foudy chesting it down, then lost it off the chest trap. Foudy recovers and does more. She fouls. Formiga was the player brought down. Free kick for Tanya. 76th minute. USA up by 1 goal. Will it be enough to get them to the World Cup final? Here's Akers.
JP, there's never comfort in any 1-goal game. This game can change very, very quickly if Brazil gets a goal.
Women's World Cup final. We hope you'll join us Saturday, July 10th, live 3:30 Eastern Time on ABC Sports. A good shot from our Goodyear blimp. They've been with us all game long, providing you with some nice pictures of this great crowd on the 4th of July. Chastain will chase it, and it goes on a play. Remember, should this match be tied, it'll be the sudden death format of the golden goal, just like we saw the other night. And you know Brazil will open it up even more if it goes much further and they still don't have a tying goal. McMillan is broken up by Nene. Cedinha plays it back. Intended for CC. Chastain won it, and she'll get the reward. McMillan laid it off. She was looking for Milbert. Not that much today for the USA in terms of the combination play. They've been out of sync with that.
Well, they're trying the combination play in the space where all the Brazilian defenders are. So they're not only trying it at the wrong time, they're going into where all the numbers are. From that space, McMillan should just go ahead and unleash a shot. She's got a great shot. You never know if she's going to catch Montevideo off her line.
Here's Nene. And Chastain said it was out before anybody else, and she'll get the call. Right in front of the bench area. That scared that group, that loud public address announcement. They're announcing the attendance. We'll get that for you in a moment. And that'll boost the average attendance up for the United States and this World Cup. Milbert. Broken up. There's Nene. Chastain. And it goes out. The ball belongs to Brazil. What a magnificent 4th of July celebration. 73,000. We thought they hit 70 today, but 73, that's huge. And if the USA can win this game, we won't be saying good seats still available for the final of the Rose Bowl. You will not hear that phrase.
This crowd has been so great. I'm sure if they've had some games here already and they've had great crowds, but if you've been tuning into any of the U.S. games, the crowds have been fantastic. They've probably learned a bit about, you know, how to go in and really enjoy the festive occasion. All the faces are painted, there's bands playing. It's just amazing. I think the American public is really learning how to follow this sport.
Overbeck clears. Akers heads it forward. Mia Hamm has Miller behind her. Mia knocked down. Is it a penalty? Yes! The referee, Alberta, pointed to the spot. I thought it was a late point, to be honest.
I agree with you. I think there seemed to be a bit of indecision, but there's no question that the foul occurred inside the box. And great job by Hamm to go ahead and run at Alanya.
But Hamm does not take the penalty kicks. We expect it to be Akers.
Well, normally the player that's fouled is not the player that's going to take the penalty kicks, although Hamm is not one of the typical PK takers for the United States.
So here's Maravilla facing one of the world's best scorers ever in Michelle Akers. Mind games now. This could be the game right here if the USA can go up by 2. Maravilla stopped the penalty kick earlier by Antonella Carter of Italy. Now she faces Akers. She'll wait for the referee's whistle. Here we go. Akers is ready. Shot, go!
Continue to take that defender on 1v1, because if you don't get by him, they've got to take you down, and that's exactly what Alanya did, and Hamm draws the PK. And look at Akers. She is so cool and composed and just hits it into the net. And if you're Maravilla, this is what you see coming at you. It's unstoppable.
And she guesses the correct way, but she can't stop it. And if you look back at that, on the referee's whistle, Akers doesn't shoot it. She waited that extra second, a little more maybe mind gamesmanship for Michelle Akers. She's the all-time leader in terms of World Cup goals, and she gets her second of this tournament, but that's a huge one there to give the USA breathing room. Hamm on the chase, and even though Mia doesn't score, her run into the box set up the PK.
It's going to be interesting to see what Brazil does. Now they're down 2 goals. Do they open it up a little bit more? And if they do, does that play into the U.S. strength in creating more space for the front runners like Hamm up top?
Here's Mia, and she'll get a corner kick out of it in the 82nd minute. Brazilian fans will never quit, just like their team.
And Hamm's talking to the referee here because the Brazilians once again have thrown the ball away. I think Hamm might be cramping down there, JP. She's tending to her calf a little bit.
Actually, tossing the ball like that away is not helping Brazil. They don't have much time left.
Right, right. They're killing their own time.
McMillan. Now Milbert. Driven across. Maravilla's got it. Long clearance. Headed away by Sobrero. And it'll go on to play. USA leads 2-0. Goals by Parlo and Akers. Akers on a penalty kick. Fretinha. Great stuff by Fretinha. She's in. The shot. Save Scully. Mike Conn on the rebound for Katja. It's hard to tell now, Wendy, what save exactly was Scory's best today. Maybe that one.
I think that was it, JP.
Katja playing it back. That's why Scory said Fretinha is so dangerous. She went through Overbeck and had a free shot. This is Scory's best game of the tournament, I think. Inside the box it goes. And now far side. USA will get it. Lily pushing it out. Here's Sissi. Cedinha. That USA breathing room could go by the boards if Brazil scores a quick one.
And once again, Coutinho's gotten in the box, and she's trying to finish to the far post, and Scurry comes up huge, but even better, look at Fawcett's clear. She continues to flick the ball on in the direction that it's coming from so that Mike Cohn doesn't have a chance to finish on the back post.
Akers will give it up on the left. Chastain settles. And this one goes into space, and it will roll out of play for a Brazil throw-in in the 84th minute. Brianna Scurry, 6 saves today, and probably 5 of them were great. Cedinha plays it back. Alanye. Sends it up the middle. Brazil still showing their danger, even down 2-0 in the late stages of the match. Coutinho tries to slot it through. A miscommunication at the back, and that shot was taken. And that's where the noise level may have been costly to the United States. 8th corner coming up for Brazil. And we're going to see Lori Fair come on for Mia Hamm. Defensive substitution, get more speed in as well. And no sense risking Mia right now at this stage. Short corner for the Brazilians. Nene fires through, it's deflected. Nene brings it down, it's cleared. Sissi holds. Drives it across, a bending one. Scurry's got that. Look at a clutch and hold. That ball's not going to be let go. Clearance well over the halfway line. Lily couldn't get to it. Her teammates can. Up the left sideline it goes. Milbrit knocked away. Well, apparently the entire ball did not go out, or that's what they're saying. Looked like it might have from here. Here's Nene to the back for Alanye in the 86th minute.
I find this last sub very interesting because Fair is punched up into the front line. I thought maybe she would come back into the midfield and push Lily up top. But it's pretty interesting. Maybe she's going to just kind of drop back a little bit and provide a 4th midfielder and to assume kind of a defensive posture for the rest of this game.
Coutinho. Milbert has it broken up. Here's Sissi. Drives it across. Tanya Maicon. She is a handful on that far sideline. They double team her. She did well to get that to Formiga. Akers clears. Here's Maravilla. Juliana to Cedinha. 87th minute. USA up by 2 goals by Parlo and Akers. Juliana settles. Brazil running out of time. I thought they played a magnificent game today, and I'm not sure what the final score is going to be, but much like the game in Orlando, that ended up 3-0. It was much closer than it looked. Scurry has helped keep this game close.
If the viewers are wondering why there's booing in the crowd, it's because the Brazilians seem to be just laying back a little bit and not trying to go on the attack. It may be the Brazilian fans that are booing them.
There's going to be another substitution. And it looks like Danielle Fotopoulos gets her first taste of World Cup action, replacing Tiffany Milbrit. Let's go downstairs to Chris McHenry.
JP, Tony DeChico sent Danielle Fotopoulos into the game with one rule. Don't foul. He said, don't you foul. Maybe guarding against some nervous energy. Up to you.
Thanks, Chris.
That's a great point, because with her size and strength, she does tend to get... She has 2 or 3 players that will converge on her because of that.
I think Tony's been dying to give her a taste of World Cup action, because clearly she is part of this team's future.
Well, and that's right. That's exactly what she is. She's the future, and she is such a great kid who's put so much into recovering from a knee operation, and she's back out here and made the World Cup team. She is just awesome.
Player down for Brazil, and maybe more. cramping. Catch the best of extreme sports on X Games Day. Prime time tonight, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. You can catch it on ESPN2. For more on the X Games, log on to ESPN.com. Part of Go Network, go.com. There's Cedinha, who is down here in the 89th minute, so they will put some more stoppage time on the clock. Our Chevrolet player of the game, that's a great choice. Brianna Scurry, 6 saves today, several spectacular, and many when the score was 1-0.
She made the saves during the clutch times, because a 2-0 lead is a little bit more comfortable, but the Brazilians came right down on her, and she made some key saves in order to protect that lead.
I think Brazil brings out the best in her. She knows she's going to get tested. She played well against them in Orlando and in previous U.S. Cups. She knows what they bring to the table. Manavilla will throw it long, and she gave it away. But Maicon gets it back in the 89th minute. McMillan defends. Maybe got away with a foul. The run to the right side. Tackle away. Thought for a corner kick, but let's see. There was some hesitation. Now the referee's assistant says goal kick. She never even put her flag up to give any indication. It was Lori Fair who was taking it upfield. 90th minute. USA is probably just some stoppage time away from getting back to the World Cup final. They were the first nation, host nation, to get to the semifinal. Both China and Sweden were knocked out of previous World Cups in the quarterfinal, and they will become the first host nation to get to the final. Akers going in hard. You can hear it, and we're way up. Akers gets the yellow, the first yellow card given to the U.S. national team in this World Cup, and it's their 5th game.
Going in so hard on Katja. She definitely deserved that yellow card. She went in. She didn't win the ball. She took the player down.
I thought we might have more than 3 minutes of stoppage time, but that's what we're getting. Fourth official holding that up. You can hear Tony DeCicco on the sidelines maintain a heading presence defensively.
Right, because what's happening is every time players like Alanya get the ball in the back, they're trying to send a quick long ball up to Pertinha, who's trying to play with a lot of pressure on her back, but that's where she likes to receive that ball, and that may be the ball that gets them through.
Katja left the field. She's trying to get back on, and she's actually on, and the fourth official tried to bring her back, and she kind of reached out at her. Katja's going to wait for the referee to let her on. She knows that. Akers to Foudy. Tough to get the referee's attention right now. They're trying to. Pertinha. She's fouled by Akers. Katja's been given permission to come back on. Free kick for Brazil. Sissi used her right foot that time. Played it across. Tanya. There's Chastain with a defensive presence in the air. The U.S. bring it out. We're in the 2nd minute of stoppage time. Of an expected 3, a trip on the wing, and a card's coming. Katja gets it. McMillan limping as she gets up. Don't forget, we'll have the final for you next Saturday, live at 3:30 Eastern Time, 12:30 Pacific, on ABC Sports. And the USA should be headed for there. They will be headed for there. There's only another minute to go in stoppage time, and they'll take on the winner of China versus Norway. And that match can be seen later today on ESPN2. Long clearance, right side, McMillan. Out of play. The United States is seconds away from going to the World Cup final. 73,000 fans watching today here at Palo Alto know it. USA will have another throw-in coming up deep. Brazil looks for it. USA sends it back in. Maravilla caught that floater. Here's Nene. Pratinha goes down. Brazil's ball. We're over 3 minutes of stoppage time.
You can hear Tony yelling, no foul, no foul. He doesn't want to give up any fouls.
Referees look at the watch.
Keep it going. 1 minute.
Nene's throw in. Tackled out. Brazil's ball. Another throw in for Nene. Up the wing comes Brazil. Sissi. Juliana. That's it. The USA is going to the final of the World Cup.
Oh, well, you're not. Please go back off. When it goes to extra time.
Thanks for all those shots from the Goodyear blimp. It was Brianna Scurry's day, her 52nd international shutout. The USA wins. They're going to the final of the World Cup.
Coverage of the 1999 Women's World Cup is brought to you by Monistat, the #1 doctor-recommended brand for the treatment of yeast infections. By Bud Light, official beer of the U.S. Women's National Soccer Team. And by Chevy Blazer, a little security in an insecure world.
High above the Goodyear Blimp Eagle with pilot Tom Mattis at the controls has been providing these aerial pictures. 1999 is the 101st anniversary of Goodyear and the 74th Ports Blimp Fleet. Let's go downstairs. Chris McHenry has a very special guest. Chris.
And standing by with Brianna Scurry. This team averaged 4 goals a game coming into it. You earned this shutout. What did the game look like from your view?
Thank you. It looked pretty hectic at times. I mean, Brazil's a great squad. Like you said, averaging 4 goals a game, very strong offensively. I just trying to do my best out there. My defense, hanging on by a thread, but we got it done. And I'm very proud of the shutout tonight.
Wonderful game. Thanks a lot for joining us, and JP, back up to you.
Thanks, Chris.
Well, there's no question that she should be proud of this shutout. This entire U.S. team has pulled it off. They're going to the finals, and this is what all the hard work and dedication has come to. They've made it to the finals.
Over 73,000 watched this one as the USA shuts out Brazil. It's a 2-0 final. We would like to thank all of the official partners of the 1999 FIFA Women's World Cup. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of Go Network, go.com. Our Women's World Cup semifinal coverage continues on ESPN2 tonight at 7:30 when China and Norway battle for the right to face the USA in the finals. Join Bob Lee and Seamus Mallon for the call. For Wendy Gebauer and Chris McHenry, I'm John Paul Della Camera. We remind you that SportsCenter is coming up next. What a fabulous 4th of July day this was. The USA beats Brazil 2-0. We'll see you next week at the World Cup final.
Penalty kick that helped her teammates beat China. Here is
Brianna Scurry.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed.
This celebration still goes on, huh?
Yes.
It's
Well,
been a
you guys
couple,
slept? Not really.
couple of weeks, and people are still cheering and
Yeah.
saluting you. And went down to the White House the other day.
Yes,
How
we
was
did.
that?
It was great. President Clinton was there, Hillary was there, Al Gore, Tipper. Had a bunch of people there. Yeah, the whole crew was there. It was great. They did the speeches and everything and congratulating us. It was awesome.
Have you had a chance to go home to Dayton, Minnesota since all of this happened?
I have not been home to Dayton yet, no. I live in Detroit now. I've been there for one day.
Oh,
It's gonna be
ticker tape
one
time
whole day
when you come home.
Yeah.
Now, you've been a member of this team since 1994?
Yes, yes.
Are you ladies on a payroll or something? I mean, how are you supporting yourselves while you play?
And is it full-time, full-time?
It is. The Federation pays us a salary, and also the USOC, Olympic Committee, chips in with some money because we're an Olympic sport.
And you want to know that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Otherwise, how are you going to survive?
Yeah, yeah. It's
But you got a nice bonus when you won.
Oh, yes, very nice.
Yeah.
Definitely.
A
Thumbs up.
little bit of controversy about that last, you know, in fact, I think you may have started it when you said, yeah, I inched up a little bit.
Yeah.
Everybody does it. It's not supposed to be done that way, but everybody does it.
Well, it's an interesting thing in soccer. I mean, the referee has the discretion of the game. I mean, there's times when there's fouls called and the referee will say play on and not even call it. So the goalkeeper's at a severe disadvantage in penalty kicks. And in a situation like that, a lot of times the referee will decide whether she's going to call it or not. I mean, she was right there, and I mean, I was encroaching a bit, but so was the other goalkeeper.
Well, what do you do as they approach the ball for this free kick, in other words? Do you watch their eyes, the way they're angling their feet, which way they're going to go?
Or is it just guesswork?
There's different ways to do it. I personally had a good feeling about that one particular individual. I mean, I had an instinctive feeling that I was going to save that one, and you can watch a few things, their hips, the way they approach the ball.
What did you
things
base
like
the
that.
instinct on? Had you seen this girl kick that many times?
No, I had never seen her kick before. I'm walking up into the box. I just had a feeling on her. I don't really understand it. I couldn't really explain it to you. It was really weird, and I mean, I saw her coming up, and I'm like, this is the one, even before she got there.
Because it's very unusual to block a penalty
It is.
kick, right?
I mean, the percentages is like 90% against me.
Was that China team the best team you played in a while?
Yes, it was the best team we've played in a while, and the best China team we've ever played against. We played China, you know, often, and that was the best team that they've had, and it was a great game. I mean, 120 minutes, all my players had to make their PKs, and China's great.
We watched every second of it. I mean, and I'm not a soccer fan. I am now. I wasn't there. You know, the excitement was...
A lot of people are now.
Yeah, we've done wonders for the sport. But what would have happened what was the next thing to go to if everybody had made their penalty kicks?
Oh, penalty kicks would have been going on forever. I mean, after the first 5, it would have been an alternating rotation between one of their players, one of our players, and then keep going like that
until somebody missed.
Yeah,
Or somebody.
and then keep going around.
Is penalty kicks. You must have been, were you totally exhausted, or at that point was the adrenaline so high in you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I was exhausted. I mean, I was exhausted during the PKs, but I know I had to muster some kind of energy to try to help out my team there.
Do you have what we call in this business an understudy in case, I mean, who plays goalkeeper if something happened to you?
I have backup. I have 2 backup keepers on the team, and if their unfortunate thing would happen to me, someone else would have to step in.
And these are the gloves the goalies wear.
Yes.
We have to ask one more thing. How's Michelle Akers doing?
She's
since
great.
She got
Michelle
whacked?
is great. She's feeling much better now, but she just couldn't do the tour with us because, you know, her travel is limited. So,
yeah, but she's going to be fine.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah.
She'll be fine.
And then, of course,
not a whole lot of protection.
No, it isn't.
It's not.
I mean, I cook with less than this. This is
Now, Brandy Chastain, you know,
Brandy
the whole thing.
Chastain.
Now, you were on Letterman last night, I
Yes.
think.
Yes, we were.
Did Letterman, is he in love with her?
You have to ask him.
Well, what do you think? I mean, what's your gut feeling
I
about
think he's fascinated by Brandy.
He's fascinated. Does she care at all about him, though?
She's quite a character. She's
Yes.
married.
Oh, well.
So
Well, okay, that's the end of Brandy. Are you married?
I'm not.
A lot of the ladies are, and some of them
And
have
some
children.
kids.
I'd
it's
say about
wonderful.
75% of the
Yeah.
players are married.
Well, this has got to be the highlight of your life. Now, will the team stay together? Will you split up? Or what happens now?
We'll be on a break for a little while, and we have a tournament late September, so we'll be back together then.
Oh, good.
probably.
Now, you know, we usually participate with our athletes on this
Oh,
show.
yes.
The plan is this. We've got Don Rickles on tape going to a lunch at the Carnegie Deli. Kathy's going to introduce that. You and I are going down to Central Park.
Yes, we are.
I'm going to put on my jersey.
And your cup.
And my cup. And we've got the...
It's a little cup. It's very cute. Little demi-top.
Oh, no.
A little demi-top.
All right. Now, this goal...
Cassidy plays tea with it. It's a little...
This goal, now, what is it, 12 feet wide, Brianna?
8 yards.
8 yards wide? Wow, that's a lot of ground to cover, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to try to kick one in, okay?
Okay.
All right, we'll take a break, Kathy.
All right.
We'll see you down at the park in a few minutes. Don Rickles, next.
and Brianna are on their way to Central Park to have a little goal-keeping contest. And in the meantime, I want to let you know that Regis and Don Rickles will be performing together at Westbury Music Fair this Friday night and Saturday night at 8 p.m. Few tickets still available, so go down and have a wonderful time with them. And then they have been friends.
Kiddo, New York City. There is the official goal, 8 yards wide. Yes. And I'm going to try to kick a few past you, okay? Yes, so let's go to work. You take your position. I got a few balls right here. I'm in my, how do you like my socks? Huh? Not bad, huh? All right. And this is what it looks like. Got to get past her. I approach, I approach, I approach. Lucky, lucky. One more. Lucky, lucky, lucky. I approach, I approach, I approach. I got to have one more. I got to have one more, but I can take her. Oh, 3 ground balls. It's embarrassing. But wait a minute. I have some help here. 2 of the members of the U.S. Championship team, Kate Celebratory and Tiffany Milbert. Nice to have you guys here. They're going to help me. We're going to score yet against Brianna Scurry. We'll be right back in a moment from Central Park in New York. Okay.
More to come on Live in a moment.
Tiffany Milbert, who is the starting forward of the Olympic team and who scored 3 goals in the World Cup. This is Kate Celebratory, incidentally from the University of Notre Dame. She's a defender. And you have been a part of this team for how long?
Year and a half.
A year and a half. All right, fine. So, give me one little tip now. You got to hit it with the side of your foot.
Yeah, hit it with the side of your foot. Keep your head down just a little longer.
All right.
Go for the corners.
All right, you try it once.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Now, I'm not very good at these.
Oh, close. Very close. So you got to go for the angle. All right, let me try one.
Your turn.
Scary.
Right, you just stick with one more. Go with the toe ball. Just go with the toe ball.
All right, here we go. We got a plan. We got a play here.
All right, we're going to score on you now.
Okay.
Ready?
Come on, bring it.
Hey, hit that over here to me.
Hey, Gary.
All right, there's our play, Brianna. You'll never stop this. I come down like that. I kick it over there.
Yeah, wide. Yeah, Brian. Yeah. Go, Reed. Oh!
One more time.
Reed him.
Give me another one. I know.
Closed captioning spot, but you'll get a lot. Some members of our studio audience.
Members of the soccer team for coming here. You've made this country very proud, given us all a lot of joy. It's been a great summer for all of you. Thank you, Kathy. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks, Larry.
A shameless hussy, don't you think? Regis is just a shameless hussy. All right, everybody, have a great day. Bye-bye.
Park.
All right, here's our play, Brianna. You'll never stop this. I come down like that. I kick it over there.
Yeah, wide. Yeah, Brian. Yeah. Go, Reed. Oh!
One more time.
Reed him.
Give me another one.
Now that they played soccer.
Out for 5 episodes of the drama this fall. The former MASH star will play a patient battling Alzheimer's disease.
Would you